Okay. Okay. Tyler.
We're ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. All right, you guys, thanks again. Tonight, Flat Earth discussion, catching up with Masterpiece. What's good, everybody? Good evening. Thanks again for joining us on Cat Eye's Return. Tonight, we have an amazing guest. His name is Masterpiece. He is a truth pathfinder, a geocentric activist, and he also is a content creator on YouTube. Tonight's panelist is the game, aka James, Cat Eyes, and myself, Flat Trotter. Yes, Flat Trotter, the one responsible for getting Katy Perry YouTube to say the Earth is flat. A couple days later, Neil deGrasse came in and deprogrammed that poor girl, and to have her keep her faith in science, also known as scientism. So, but I had to go on that rant. But yeah, let's welcome our guest tonight, Masta. What's good, brother? How you doing? How's everybody doing tonight?
Good, great. Thank you.
That's
How's everybody
good.
else?
Yeah. Okay. Um, Thanks everybody for joining us again and taking your time to be with us on the hangouts and chats. Everybody on the panels, thanks for joining us. And I hope you guys enjoy this time with us. Tyler. Sure.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, again, thanks for everybody coming over to support. Please like, sub, and subscribe, and share if possible. And don't forget to hit the little bell so you guys know when stuff like this is going on. Yeah, really quick. Masterpiece, just want to have a little intro about what you've been up to and stuff. We want to how you got started. Your journey being a flat earther, truth pathfinder, or whatnot. Um, Tell us where you're at with everything, and where's Masterpiece going with this knowledge that he has.
All right.
So, yeah, brother, the
Uh,
floor is yours, cuz.
thank you. Uh,
You're welcome.
how's everybody doing tonight out there in the chat and everybody watching this after? I hope you guys are experiencing abundance in your life. I am a being that is just like anybody else. I'm not subscribed to any fraternal orders nor organizations. What I say is coming from me and me alone. I uh, I I am so thankful to be on this panel, and I'm thankful that we have a growing number of people that are conscious and aware. So I've always felt different, as I guess you would say special as a young child, and I feel and I hope that everybody has, because we all are special. I personally am an artist. I I've always liked to express myself in all art forms: dance, poetry, writing, music, the culinary arts. I'm a great plant-based cook, so if anybody needs tips on how to have a good balanced healthy meal, but plant-based, or how to move off of the meat and dairy, you can contact me. My email is mastapiece9@gmail.com. mastapeace9 at gmail.com. The dramatic arts and photography, I have a couple Nikons I do freelance photography with. But I excel the most at the visual arts, which is seeing and observing and reproducing from life, or from your memory, Uh, and when I was very young, I I had noticed when I looked out into the night sky or at the sun, I would really I would just observe it. I was always fascinated with it. I noticed that I would always tune in onto the shows that the Space Channel and and hidden history of the Egyptians and all that. So I guess you could say I was always seeking truth, more knowledge than what school gave me, and it struck me when I was about 18 or 19, uh, that there is a massive amount of abundance in this world and beauty. And I thought to myself at 19 or 18 years old, if there's so much good in the world, then what is the force that is keeping everything so bad? You know what I mean? Why is there still hunger and poverty? and war, and why are technologies being buried, like free energy and things like that. So that kind of sent me on my truth seeking path. And I guess one of the most significant changes after I came into seeking truth was veganism. I did it first for myself to be healthier, to feel stronger, quicker recovery time at the gym, and all that. But then once I noticed, once my diet was getting more full of the love, basically, the
Hmm.
green leaves and the fruits and veg, that I I felt more and more. I started feeling, feeling for others, feeling for things in nature, and I became very compassionate. I got a great little book called The Compassionate Diet, and that really helped me see the light. And now I've been a vegan for over 7 years, or just about 7 years now.
Cool.
And and when I before I came into the flat Earth movement, I thought I was at the pinnacle. I was a student of a pretty prominent metaphysician. Uh, I had read books of gurus and leaders, and I was making content before I was a flat earther. I want people to know that I wasn't,
Cool.
you know I didn't
Yeah.
just come onto the scene as a flat earther.
Right on.
So
Mm.
when I saw in my side panels, flat the Earth is flat Earth proves, I I couldn't believe it. It was like, what is going on? It's 2016, and people are still on this, and this must be like some sort of psyop or hoax, or it's just stupid. I ignored it for about 4 or 5 months,
Okay. Right.
and and I was really bored. I had watched all the videos that I could, on everybody that I wanted to watch, and one day I was just scrolling, and this one video had so many views. It was I believe it was an Eric Dubay video,
Okay.
and
Mm.
it just it I just sat down and I listened, because the Eric Dubay is very articulate, and he can, when I find that a lot of people, when they don't understand the lingo, they automatically take uh like a back seat to the information, because if you have a scientist talking about this chemical and that chemical, then you're gonna say, oh, okay, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm listening to Eric Dubay, and I didn't understand at first everything he was talking about, parallax and all this, and
Hmm.
water finding its own level and all that, and then I slowly started looking around, and
Mm. Excuse me.
and
I'm sorry to interrupt.
yeah,
But
yep,
our avatars are not showing out in the chats, and I don't know why.
huh,
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh. Can they hear us though? If you
Yeah.
guys are on the chat, type a one if you hear us. Type a two if you don't hear us or see us.
Maybe the time is off.
yeah, maybe it's a delay. Let's see.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's probably just a delay.
Okay. Well, we'll continue.
Yeah, let's just roll it. You're speaking
Yeah,
about
sure.
Eric Dubay, right? Eric Dubay
Yeah,
speaks very eloquently about a lot of things. So take it from there,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
Okay.
and it just got me clicking, one after another. There were some things that I did, being an artist, I resonated with the perspective
Hmm.
about how the sun can possibly, recede behind buildings, and also with the water, and the horizon itself just rising to your eye level. I bought a book, Samuel Rowbotham's "Earth Is Not a Globe: Zetetic
Hmm.
Astrology,"
Yep.
and I read it with a highlighter. And so now that whenever I can, present it, I know right where to go.
Hmm.
And it really blew me away. and I was just obsessed. I was obsessed with it. I mean,
Wow.
this whole time. I mean, I'm an artist, and
Uh-huh.
I've painted galaxies. I've painted the Earth before. I've won competitions in painting. You know,
Hmm.
our solar system. You know what I mean? It's
Hmm.
I never. I was so good at imagining what they were telling me, but once this truth came out, I was so good at imagining it. I was so good at imagining the flat Earth that I became obsessed. I started drawing it, and all that, and it really started making sense to me. And I feel that a lot of people don't understand when they don't understand things. They'll dismiss it, but that the horizon, when the horizon rises to your eye level, no matter how high up you are, that means that it is extending. That means that that piece of land or whatever you're looking at is extending beyond the vanishing point. So it is that means that there's something existing beyond what you can't see. So that really shocked me. You know how we didn't see it as a globe balling up underneath us. So now I switched over. I had to delete a bunch of videos from my YouTube, and I had to
Hmm.
switch over the knowledge and what I where I wish to take it is collaborating more with content creators like you guys and Brother Sanchez and You've Been Exposed
Hmm.
and others. And right now I'm continuing my art. I have a flat Earth commission. Somebody wants me to paint a flat Earth map for them. If anybody wants to follow my art, you can on Instagram. That's Classic Smith Art. ClassicsSmith Art. And yeah, I got a commission for the flat Earth. So I expect to have a lot more commissions for flat Earth related topics, but right now it's just abstracts mostly. But but I have in the future, very soon, coming up, two videos. One is a compilation of professionals talking about the flat Earth, and then another is actually going to debunk the spherical Earth, and it's gonna do it. I mean, the spherical moon, actually, because we have the lunar eclipse coming up, and I want to
Hmm.
release it before the lunar eclipse so that people can know what to watch out for. And
Good idea.
once this video is out, guys, I'm telling you, the whole world will have no problem in seeing why it cannot be a sphere from now and forever. So I don't claim to know what it is, but I know what it is not, and I'm
Correct.
very excited for that. Yeah,
Awesome. Yeah. Cool.
yeah.
Um, I don't know if we should because if there's a delay, sorry to interrupt you guys, and even on chats. I don't know if we should restart or because I don't know when your icons are gonna come out. It should
I'm
have
not
came out.
concerned about the icons as long as it's being recorded and other viewers or listeners can hear this later on. That's what really matters. I mean,
Okay.
we're not presenting any videos right now. It's not imperative that our icons or avatars are seen. As long as you guys can hear us, that's all that matters. It's just
Okay.
about the flow of information, you know?
All right.
Right, Master?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, in the chat, it doesn't say that we're off the air. I mean, like in the
Okay,
hangout,
we're
but
fine.
I
It's
don't
cool.
see I don't see it saying that you guys are live on YouTube. So I'm trying to look for you.
Oh, so we're
But
not live?
It's okay. Let's keep going. They say that they can hear it. That's
oh,
fine.
perfect. Great.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Well, yeah. So if you have any
Um,
questions or anything like
peace.
that,
Can you put your link out in the chat for your what is it, Twitter?
It's Instagram.
Your
in
Instagram. Yeah,
Instagram. Yes. I can do that right
please.
now.
Yeah, so you were saying yeah, Classic Smith art on Instagram. That'd be awesome. Um but yeah, talking about Eric Dubé and his points, yeah, he has some really valid points. A lot of stuff we've all worked off and grown from that and added to what he's been doing. Stuff, man. I think we're missing something here, though. Oh, you're talking about the lunar eclipse. Good stuff there. That's right.
Yep.
What else?
And basically, I just plan to always put out the truth, and I want people to know that uh, mm, whether this Earth is flat or is square, you know what I mean. It doesn't matter to me. That's not what I'm not here to push a certain shape. I'm here simply to put the truth out, and the truth, it changes because it's being held from us. And so we can't be too quick to um, ridicule people that believe in the globe, or we can't be too quick to attach ourselves to one map of the flat Earth. None of us really know the shape. So uh, while these phenomenons happen to work better on a flat plane, uh, we still don't know what's beyond, and so I'm not someone that's going to be hard headed to defend a point of view. I'm open to all types of information, and I just want to grow with that. I want to be organic with it like that.
Yeah, that's really what it's all about. I mean, there's been a lot of different projections on what the Earth may actually look like and whatnot. But last night you came into our chat after the show when we had the game on, and you got a little insight on FAV's work. What do you think about his stuff?
Well, I think it's very interesting. Like I said, it's a way to circumvent what we've been given. It's using open data, free data that is, it's not controlled, and
Hmm.
it's making a construct. Now, is it the one and only thing that we should look at? No, probably not. The more we have, the better, and
Hmm.
that's where the chat comes in, and where everybody that watches us in the future comes in, because we need to we need to synchronize, just like we're synchronizing all the religions. We need to synchronize all the sciences, all the arts, all the physics for this, uh, for this to actually make sense. I believe that the people that do know what this place looks like are the
Hmm.
ones dominating it, because if you know what the lines on a basketball court means, well, you're not going to make any errors. But if you bring somebody that doesn't know, what the 3-point arc is, or what the key is, or the foul
Hmm.
line, they're not going to know how to navigate around and play the game. And that's why these game changers and these puzzle piece movers,
Hmm.
they know a little bit something more. So it's information that is power. Knowledge is power. So I really love this presentation, and I can't wait to see where he's going to go with it, because I know he's going to incorporate the sun's movement in the far future. I know he's going to
Hmm.
do a lot of more renderings for us. So I'm excited for Friday.
Yeah, good. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it just kind of changes your perspective on how things are currently working based on the AE map. But like I said the other night, that's just that projection is more of a, what was the words I used? Like the Gleason's map is more like a conceptual model. It's just an alternative projection of what we might be on. So it's good. It's good to show somebody what we might be on. You know what I'm saying? Initially, but for them to get it to FPV's work, you got to take a bunch of red pills because it's a lot of information and it just changes. It's a game changer. It really is. So yeah, everybody that knows his work, just get ready for tomorrow night. It's going to be pretty good. There's some updates.
The information that FPV has, I want people to be open minded to it. Ask a lot of questions, because that's all I could do when I when I watched his information. I just had a notepad,
Hmm.
taking down a bunch of notes, because it is different. It's not the typical AE map that we see, but then again, who gave us this AE map, and who's controlling the information? Why is it the UN map?
Hmm.
Why are we seeing it in the presidential offices? You know what I mean? I was talking with You've Been Exposed and the build about this. Is it possible that they've already, you know, orchestrated this rebellion. You know what I mean?
This movement.
This counter information against the
Okay.
globe. You know what I mean? Because if if they sensed, or if they could predict that we were moving away from the globe, moving into our own sciences, uh, then they could have long since put out another map that that still supports the, the same sun and the Cancer, the Tropic of Cancer, Capricorn thing.
Hmm.
They could have constructed that all for us on this AE map. Is if we're using this information, this data that is free range like a FPV, then we might have a whole new thing to look at. Because I was talking I was talking with James. What if they completely gave us a whole history that we were just, you know what I mean, that's
Hmm.
all a lie. What if say 1,000 years ago they gave us 7,000 years worth of history. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and and after it only takes about 2 generations for it to be forgotten. And so 1,000 years ago, you come in, and it's, people. We don't have instant communication. We don't have cameras. We don't have graphics, and suddenly they can give us a whole evolution, dinosaurs, globe, Earth type of history. Dynasties and wars that may have never happened. Like there's a lot of people saying that the Napoleonic Wars were a hoax. That that never happened. And other things like this. So, uh, yeah, we just all have to be open to any kind of change of information.
Yeah, man. Well said, Master. Thank you. Thank you for that. You want to add to that, James?
Yeah, man. I think Masterpiece is like spot on, like, because it's just so much foolery going on, like with NASA and space, and the magnitude of that alone itself speaks volumes, as to the deception within the history of man, in this place, we call Earth. I think we should go through everything with a fine comb, and always look with, another eye. You know what I mean? That being the third eye, because if we are focused on what the visuals are, and if we focus on what the visuals are and we're not focused on what the meaning is behind the visual, then we're always going to be lost. So I think that, the fact that dinosaurs are fake, and supposedly pyramids some pyramids are just there for no reason, and it's questionable. All these things, you put all of them into account, and you just gotta, like, understand that there could be something bigger than what is presented to you. Um, and if you can just do that, I think it's easy to, um, just have an open mind for the future, and just have an open heart for change. Because people don't want to change because they just don't know the facts. I mean, like, most people are just entrapped by the globe model theory, alone. I mean, like, think about it. It's a scary place to live on a globe because there's no way out. The only way out is through death, and then you got to be even scared of that because that's a smoking gun itself. Because you're playing Russian roulette. There's like
Hmm.
so many religions out there, and there's only supposed to be one. So it's like, you're not given a good chance. And
I know.
it's like,
Yeah.
if you can just peel back all of the lies and the deception, um, you'll find the unity. And that's why the lies exist anyway, because they don't want the unity to happen. Once the unity happens, then the greater good for Earth, it extends to infinity, and they cannot have that, because then when that happens, they lose the control, and it's just that simple. So I think people need to understand that, you know, although, yeah, we can dig and dig and dig for information, and we can try and get on these debates and try to fact check information that's given to us in the first place, that's all fine and dandy. But I mean, unless we like Master P said, he wants to find some people that can get up into a balloon and chart some stuff and actually like get some real data here. You know,
Mm-hmm.
some what I'm saying. Like if you wanna support a map, support your own map. You know what I mean? Support your own eyes. You know, your own observation.
Yep.
You know, and if you want to be a globist, that's cool and everything. But at the same time, if you can see a globe or if you can find me a globe, then hey, I'll be a globe head too. But that's it's just that simple. Like I don't understand how a bunch of people can get in a room and no one's talking about this. You know what I'm saying? Like no one say, but the CGIs, man, they got us on that one. Or they
Mm-hmm.
can't say, oh, the Horizon, man, they really got us on that one. So it's like, well, what's the catch here? What is the catch? Like, why, what is so hard to believe? The proof. How it's just proof. It's just physics. Like what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's agendas out there. It could be that these globalists are just paid, like paid actors, they say like the Black Lives Matters a bunch of BS, and
Mm-hmm.
a bunch of those people were paid off to do the riots and stuff and all the
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they
the
infiltrate.
looting.
Yeah, they come in. Yeah, the looting. They're those. Yeah, they're paid to do that.
So
They're
I
like
mean,
they're
like,
like
hey, think
paid
about it.
crisis actors in a way. It's like sort of like a paid crisis actor, but they're part of the establishment and
A
they're there to
minimum
push their
wage,
agenda. Right.
a minimum wage. Think about this. Would you rather work at McDonald's for a minimum wage, or would you rather go ahead and fight flat Earth heads for like a little bit above a minimum wage and just stay at home all day? You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. Why the hell do these people just like straight up ignore information? Like they're supposed to be smart and looking for the truth, like us. You know what I'm saying? So, and we're
True.
all supposed to be one. So there has to be something there that, and it sounds so ridiculous. Like, oh yeah, they're really gonna just pay off so many people. Well, if they're gonna fake space, I'm pretty sure they don't mind paying off, you know what I'm saying?
A
Maybe
few
like
actors.
two
Right.
hundred
Exactly.
thousand people.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like, come on,
Of
man.
course.
And they're not. It's not. It don't even listen. They're getting the money from the state itself anyway. It's like you guys are paying for it anyway, the citizens. So it's like they're not even really paying for it. So who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
I don't know.
No,
What
you're right,
it's
brother.
whatever, man.
You're good, brother. I like
It's
that.
just it makes me. I get passionate about it because it's just like we all have so much time on this earth because of these GMOs, because of all this stuff in the air. Like we're not really living at full capacity. Like we was talking about yesterday about
Yeah.
living a lot of years. So it's just like I really want to see this change happen, man. And it's just like hopefully for my children, you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
like it's just man. It's like we got to start. We really have to start. Like what we was talking about earlier in the private chat and everything. Like really like getting this together
Yeah. No.
because
Yeah. Yep.
truth has to come out. Truth has to come out this year. It has to happen.
I'm with you, brother. I think it's gonna be a very, very growing year for Flat Earth and for the musicians, for the artists involved, for the activists. It's definitely going to grow. This is a growing year for Flat Earth, no doubt, no doubt. Um, Masta, you want to add to that?
Yeah, I believe one thing that was said was unity, and I got an email from a lady the other day saying she was in a lot of distress, and she was saying how they're trying so hard to keep us separate, and of course she was falling for the illusion of of this race versus that race, and this country versus that country. But I had to say to her, and it's what I'm going to say to everybody now. Pardon me, is that they have to try to keep us separated and keep us at war because we are naturally meant to be together. We naturally have an affinity to help each other, to feel for one another. Um, I don't think anybody would just uh leave pass a baby on the side of the road no matter what their gender or their race was, you know what I mean? So there is that line within us where we say, oh, well, they're just a baby or they're just a child. So we do see at some point that we are all one, and we have to. It's up to us individually to see where that line is within ourselves, and how far does your help extend and your compassion extend, and to realize that we are all dependent on each other. There are no countries. The East Orient is has the same needs and wants as the South Africa and as North Europe. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's all we're all people, and we need to realize that this is all an illusion. You know what I mean? And but we do need to take it seriously. I'm not saying it's an illusion. Just stop working and stop trying. But what the magical thing is that because because we are living in the nature of an illusion, we can we can change it. We can use our mental projections inward to change the outside. And I would love to start like a mass meditation with you guys and with the build. I would like to get everybody into it, all the big YouTubers into it. I think that we can make a big impact for the lives of many people around the world in third world countries that don't even have the I don't want to say the privilege to sit here and listen with us, but I want to say they don't have the what they need. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
haven't they don't have what they need to connect. So and that's wrong. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
We're in 2018 and we have an overabundance here, and there are places in India and in the Amazon where people just have no conception of what's going on. Not that they would want to, but if they did want to, they can't. So I would love to start a mass meditation. I would like to um, get your guys' opinion on that and what you guys feel about that.
Yeah, I think that's an awesome idea. I'm down for something like that. That would be good for the community. Get people more,
Mhm.
like-minded people on the same page. We are conscious creators, conscious co-creators. So, and we do manifest our own reality. So, if we can get everybody on the same wavelength, if you will, we could make a positive change.
Yeah,
Distance.
very
I mean,
true.
that's what I feel, Master. So, yeah, brother, you're on point, brother. Good stuff, no doubt.
You just,
What do you got? What do you got, Cats? Go ahead.
the only thing I can say right now is that I agree that we should all get together as one again, unity, um, and to go forward. I mean, we all need to get together in different ways. We all have different way of thinking. One has more knowledge than the other, but if we bring it all together, it comes out the perfect way to help each other. Um, but I guess you guys' mic is low too. I barely can hear you guys. So
Oh,
Really?
yeah,
You sound great.
yeah, you sound
I
fine
I'm
to me.
fine, but you guys, it's someone is very low.
Okay.
Oh.
But anyways,
Well,
I'm just letting you guys know.
we'll
But
try
yeah,
to.
I agree with peace,
Hmm.
and Totter, that we all should unite. I mean, this is what's all about. The community is to unite and not separate. You know, we all have, like I said, we all have different thoughts and we all have different gifts, and just bringing it together to make it one unity.
Yes, and one thing that you said is that we all think differently,
Hmm.
and that is I mean, that's beautiful, but that is something that can be remedied with this mass meditation, because I want us all to think differently, but and we all are hoping for a better world in some sort of way, but a mass meditation and we're not talking about crossing our legs and whatever. It's just meeting up and having a few chants, of a few inspiring words, like um truth, like we could we can intend for truth to reach the masses. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And then
Yeah.
and it could switch every week or every day that we do it. And but it has to be one thing, because when you put out that one intent, it has to be one thing. You know what I mean? If you're if you're shooting an arrow and looking at two targets, you're gonna miss both. So we have to focus on one intent each time we do it, and just meditate on the peace or on information or whatever, or for the fall of the powers that be. But I do know that there's scientific evidence that shows when people do mass meditations for peace, then casualties in war drastically reduces and all that. So um, one thing that I wanted to say was everything is vibration. We all know that out there. There's waves, not particles. It's not a particle until it's observed, right? That's what they're telling us. Um, but there are many different planes. I think the word plane is a very powerful word because a lot of a lot of people in the globe believing community will
Mhm.
say, "Well, it's not flat. There's mountains."
Mhm.
A plane, it is not specific, and but it is still descriptive. You can have a wood planer, and you know what a wood planer does? It makes something. It shapes it into a regular shape. So if it's a lumpy piece of wood, you can have an overall regular and consistent shape to it.
Mhm.
And so there's many planes. We all know this even before we come into this flat Earth. We say, even when we still believe in the Pleiades or going there
Mhm.
and the Andromeda galaxy looking down on us.
Right.
Or we
Yeah. Yeah.
say, we travel the astral plane. We're in the dream planes or the emotional and mental plane.
Mhm.
This is the material plane of plant and mineral mind, uh, and but within our own plane, within this plane, there is in existence many different planes, and we can even see it like in the atmosphere or the atmos plane.
Right.
We can see the different, helium and hydrogen. They rise to their natural plane, and you have oxygen, and then you have water, and then earth. It just gets
Mhm.
heavier and heavier. And what's below this, I don't know. Does it keep on getting more dense? I don't know. Is that where life starts? I don't know. Does it
Right.
go?
Right.
Does it go denser and then flip back to not dense? You know what I mean? Is it like a parallel reality where we're walking upwards, and if you go down, they're walking? You know what I mean?
Right.
We don't know, but we have to be open to all of these possibilities, right? But
Absolutely.
we are living it on plane, and that's what I want to stress.
No doubt, man. And that was well put. And thanks again for that, Master. Um, Katz, you want to add to that, or James?
No, I mean, I all I have to say is that everybody here on this panel here is like searching for truth, and I just really, really, really love the fact that although there are many lies being told, there are many people out there doing work to try to get the truth out there. So, big shout out and much love to Masterpiece for all the work that he's doing um, and putting in for the Flat Earth community. Um, I just want to say that whatever you want to believe, uh, it's fine as long as you're searching for truth. Because like everyone has their different levels of consciousness, and wherever you're at, it's fine. But you know, just remember, gather all the facts, do all the research in order to raise your awareness, so that we can all be on the same plane.
Mhm.
Word. Yep.
Well put.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Anything else, Katz? You wanted to add to that, or what?
I'm fine. Thanks.
Yeah. No, Master. I agree with what you were saying, and James, likewise. I second that, brother, for sure. But yeah, moving forward with Masterpiece here. Okay, we got that part done. So we know where you're at today. So where's Masterpiece going with some of this information and the knowledge that you've gained? What other activism are you taking for Flat Earth, and are you incorporating some of this stuff in your music and in your art?
Um, well, yeah, the art. I'm slowly getting more commissions for that. I wish to see right now. The thing is that I'm so booked up with people's orders. I can't really. I don't really have time to paint something that I just want to paint for myself, which is
Okay.
a blessing in itself because most artists, they're starving artists, you know what I mean? And so I'm
True.
just so thankful. I'm so thankful that I can be booked up. Like the Christmas order time, that was pretty crazy. So I'm glad. But the the music, I've always been into making music, and I've always made beats and written raps and even performed and all that. And I took a hiatus from it because just the music, what we hear about the music industry and all the filth and everything, and it's just it was paradoxical because I knew about the vibrations effect on water, you know what I mean, and if we're
Hmm.
music's effect on water and the shape of the water's molecules. And so I was thinking to myself, do I really want to be listening to this stuff? And that's when I discovered a whole new different genre of music in college. It was like chill lounge music, ambient bass music.
Oh yeah, I know
And
that. Yep.
yeah, when
Ambient.
I
Yep.
when I just yeah,
Hmm.
ambient. When I go onto my Google Play, ambient bass or chill hop or whatever, and just
Yeah. I think
listen
it's
to some
called trip
down
pop. Is
tempo.
it trip pop? Is
Yeah,
that what it was talking about?
there's trip hop, there's chill
Yeah.
step, there's so many subgenres and subgenres of this
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
but it's like under
I like that stuff. Yeah.
yeah, it's great because it's
Hmm.
progressive.
Yeah, it is.
When you listen to hip hop, it's the same loop over and over until it gets to the chorus, and then it rides out and fades out. But if you notice a song like if you listen to any classical music, it won't end the way it began. It's always progressing, so it's progressive music.
Hmm.
And that's what I really respect about a lot of the down tempo ambient stuff is that the ending of it will sound much more developed and wild than it started off with. So I love that, and I love the fact that there's very minimal talking. For anybody out there that doesn't know, when you want to subplant a message deeper into somebody's head, you do it with music. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? There's always music going in movies. You know what I mean? It makes you remember it. When you have an Alzheimer's patient, you play music from their genre, from their era, and they show signs that they're recognizing it. So,
Or
um,
even if they're in coma, I mean,
hmm
or, music would bring it for them to come back.
hmm That's right. Yeah, it's like a life. It's like a life preserver.
Mm-hmm.
So the music is very connected to the memory. So I like music that is very minimal, like words, or if there is words, I like it to be positive, or I like it to be just about love, or you know just about something airy and light. I don't need it to be f this brother and kill this
I hear you.
brother because of this.
Yeah.
It's too much, and especially now that I have a daughter, I never let her listen to anything like that. So I'm speaking to the build, and we hopefully have something in the works. Music is always tough because to create good music you have to give so much of yourself, and if you really want quality, and
Hmm.
so um, we got a lot of projects going on in our own lives. So if we can, we're gonna tackle this music thing, and if anybody else has out there has something that they would like to contribute, that would be great. The more the merrier.
Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff, man. Yeah. I agree with you on the vibrations of certain music and whatnot. Um, goes in there, it does change the dynamics of what you're getting, and the messaging does change also. But there's a lot of subliminal messaging going on with pop music. I was telling Cat Eyes that before we actually started this, and I happened to mention Katy Perry, but she is an Illuminati representative, and for a lack of a better phrase, because that's what she does. She's pumping out their narratives, and there's a lot of subliminal messaging with her. occult signs and stuff, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, music can be bad and wicked and whatnot, but you know, for flat earthers, for geocentrists and whatnot, you know, there's a growing community of musicians. There's so many. There's DJs, there's drummers, there's guitarists, there's pianists, there's vocalists. You know, there's poets. There's
Mm-hmm.
so much, and you know, we need. You know, I know a lot of people are collaborating and doing things. Doing that. But yeah, man, we definitely have to get music out there in people's face and in their ears. I mean, and get them to hear some good stuff. You know, stuff that they can vibrate and resonate with. You know, positive
Yeah.
messaging. You
Yeah,
know.
and hopefully it's not all about flat Earth because you know like you would never buy an album and have every single song be about Nikes, right?
Right.
You know you
Right.
want diversification, right? So
Hmm.
there's
Hmm.
so many other topics that you know incorporate with flat Earth. You know
Hmm.
the type of person that you naturally become when once you elevate yourself, you know, getting off the meat and the dairy and you know seeing the world for bigger than just countries at war and stuff like that. There's so many more truths and light to shed other than flat earth. So um, while I enjoy a good flat earth song, um, it could get kind of saturated pretty quick because I mean like how many times can you know rhyme with equator and you know what I mean like
Right. Right.
the moon is you know yeah so you know keep it interesting, keep it light, don't take it too seriously, everybody out there, you know, make your music and make it mean something to you, um because that's how you're really gonna touch more people is when it means something to you. You notice that a lot of artists they usually have a hit song right
Hmm.
after they have a breakup, you know what I mean, their breakup album is their best album because they put all of their emotion into it. And you were talking about Katy Perry and the Illuminati, and it's you're definitely right. And for everybody out there that doesn't know, this has been happening for a long time. I mean, like American music was the it's such a great massive plan.
Hmm.
It wasn't organic at all. I mean, if you look at old songs, you know, like Yellow Polka Dot Bikini and Hey Wait a Minute, Mr. Postman, like these
Hmm.
songs have to do with nothing. They're not spiritual.
No.
They're all materialistic. You know, it's all the leader of the pack. You know what I mean? It's all
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
it's put you know this was labeled devil's music back in the day,
Yeah.
and of course the kids were like, oh my gosh, you know, it's just we're just talking about holding hands and dancing and stuff like that, but
Right.
on another level, like these mothers and fathers, they knew where this was headed because right now that's like, you know, our daughters wearing like tube tops. It's like, whoa, what are you
Mm-hmm.
doing, you know, take that off, and it's not a big deal to them.
Right.
So
Right.
they slowly took a lot of steps from the Elvis. You know, they had to cut off his hips because it was shaking too much on camera.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
this has been a very big plan, and rock music. It's it was the reason why it's called rock is because the rock is basically the lowest level of vibration you can have of something. It's like your calcified pineal gland. It's rock music. Is dead music.
Oh, interesting. I even looked at it that way, man.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's not airy. It's not like the woodwinds. It's not like the brass. It's rock. It's electric guitars. It's noise. There's no harmony, and it basically just you know slows your vibration down like a rock, and
Yeah.
you're
I
dumb as a rock.
yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I just never looked at it that way, you know. Um, yeah, good stuff, brother. Good stuff. James, you got anything to say? You want to add to that, brother? I'm just getting you guys just to both just go back and forth, you know.
Uh-huh.
So yeah,
Oh no, yeah, no, definitely. I think that
about the
making
music
music,
industry. Yeah.
yeah, I think it's definitely important. Because that's basically like you said, you talk about Katy Perry. So like the music sends the messages,
Mm-hmm.
and we gotta make a change, man. We gotta. It starts with us. If we know better, we have to do better. So,
Yep.
um, as far as I'm concerned, getting music together myself, writing material, getting things together, because like you said, it takes a lot of energy to put a good song out there. So, I'm also looking for collaborators, also like Masterpiece says, and we're also collaborating together. But I think that it's important for everyone to come together on this because if we come together, it's going to be a lot easier to pump this stuff out because they're going to be trying to suppress it left and right. I mean, like, think about this. We talked about playing with the numbers earlier,
Hmm.
and we know that videos get deleted on YouTube.
Yeah.
So the
Yep.
more people that we can have, we know the more people that we can have coming together on this and releasing the stuff at the same time, the more we can get it out. So basically, like, if we can collaborate with other artists and in every single way possible, I mean, like, down to instruments, down to like artwork, because everyone needs to have a hand in this because everyone needs to share this, and I think it's going to be important for everyone to have a hand in it because it's got to be personal, and because this stuff is personal. Like, we're all one, we all need to make a change. So I feel like this project is going to take a long time because there's going to be there has to be a lot of hands on this project. Like, this thing has to be like super huge, 23 songs, like, like, and everyone has to have something to do with each and every song, like, because it's just like the idea I was talking about before in the private chat. You know how
Hmm.
huge it's.
That's gonna be,
You
yeah,
just gotta.
yeah.
It's you have to touch the people. You have to touch as many people as
Hmm.
possible. You know what I'm saying? And to do that, you have to have a lot of people involved with the one project. So, like Masterpiece was saying, if anyone can collaborate and add to this, that would be great. Setting up plans to sketch out, what that's going to look like for the future, because it's going to be such a huge project on a massive scale that we definitely have to take this thing step by step, and day by day, because I mean, if we rush it and we press the launch button and it doesn't go right, I mean, we can lose our chance. But I mean, at the same time, there are people already performing flat Earth music. I mean, I on the channel on the build, I have on a playlist. It's called Flat Earth Music. So it's like a bunch of people that I already found that's already doing music like that
Hmm.
um, on there. So I support them already. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what we need to do is support each other. It's really huge.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I think our livelihoods depend on it.
Yeah, yeah. Our one of our brothers, Flat Earther, Issa, he puts out some really good stuff. He's putting music out at least one track a week, it seems, or more or less. He's putting out good music. There's others involved too, and
Right.
Shill Scanners. But yeah, these guys are all musicians, and they want to put out stuff. So that connection,
Well,
you know what I
if they
mean? We're
hear
all
this,
here.
man,
Yeah,
yeah, you
yeah.
should
Issa
connect
knows
us all
what's up.
together, man.
Yeah, you definitely, man. He's chill, man. He knows what up too. He's like on point. He's like minded, brother. He's the same thing, man. And
Right.
there's a few other guys. I just can't think of them right now. I'm just thinking of other things. But yeah, brother, word on what you're saying. No doubt. No doubt, man. Good
Right. And if
stuff.
we and if we it's just like a long term thinking thing, but I was thinking, like, we create new platform for people to do music, one that's clean and transparent. That would
Hmm.
be something that will help people because we need to bring things back to, real love, like, people doing real love songs again and talking about respect for each other. And,
Yeah.
you don't always have to talk about, putting information out there, but there's a lot of songs out there on the radio that, discriminates women or some that discriminate men, talk about different subjects, everyday life subjects. And I think that if you can get the positive aspect on those everyday life subjects, that'd be cool too. Like so if you can contribute that way, that'd be awesome. Like, talk about loving a woman,
Hmm.
put that bond of that natural bond back into the forefront of life, and kind of like,
Yep.
because we're all being like, everyone's being like poisoned and clouded with all this extra stuff, and then while it's all you know cool to do your own thing in your own house, it's not right to push ideas onto public like that, give people a chance.
Yeah, you're right.
So
Yep.
I think
and I'm trying to be respectful, you know what I mean, so I'm not trying to be too specific. I'm pretty sure everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
But
you're good, brother. You're good.
yeah, I just want to say, like, when we come together and we do this, we're doing it for a real reason. So I think that when it does happen, it's going to be something so monumental and worth like putting in like history books per se. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
because
yeah,
if we can all change the world. All we have to do is hold hands. You
Yep.
know.
yeah, brother. Yeah, no doubt, man. What were you gonna
Um,
say, Cats? Yeah, go ahead.
I agree with James because the songs that we hear nowadays, it's all about hate. It's never about love. And the children and the youth are hearing all these songs instead of hearing love, they hate. They hear hate, and so it gets into their system about hate, and they don't even know what they're singing. To be honest, it sounds good and awesome, the songs, but behind it is all about hate and anger and hurt. And you know, when you hear a song that's supposed to be meant for someone, instead of it's like hurting yourself more what you're going through. I mean, songs need to change big time. The same as movies need to be changed. All there is too much hate out in this world and not enough love and peace and unity.
I agree. I agree. But they use these outlets, government, academics, media, entertainment to um, these narratives and to control you. So all this is part of the deception. So like movies from Disneyland and whatnot, and all the sci-fi movies that we all know about, it's all fantasy. It's all programming.
Hmm.
Desensitize the children so that when they see someone's head getting cut off, it's no big deal, and it's like
Yeah.
that's not cool. You know what I mean?
Or
Um,
or
I mean,
even evil. I mean, hitting like a car or hitting a window. You know what I'm saying? All that is
yeah.
hate.
You
Or
guys, you know what we need
racism.
to do? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I
Go ahead,
think
brother.
what we should do is prepare the entire flat Earth community. Um, well, not just the truth community. Period. We should prepare to set up our own network, our own way of communication, because um, we're constantly being threatened, and we're constantly, being put under a microscope, and we're studied. I think that we have to be independent. So to create our own means of communication is very, very important. Um, Dude, like I don't know how prepared we are. I mean, like right now we're on YouTube and we're using
Yeah.
YouTube to, to get this out there, and then they can just
Right.
shut down the entire thing tomorrow. And then
No,
like,
you're.
how would we all connect back together? I think we should all create like, everyone. We should maybe collect emails,
Yep. Yep. Exchange phone
and
numbers.
exchange them.
Absolutely. Yeah. Exactly. I was thinking of
And seriously,
maybe setting up a community. Maybe you guys can come together and, or maybe Masta, because you guys seem to have a little bit more time on your hands to do this sort of thing. Well, maybe you do, James. I don't know about Master. He seems pretty occupied, but maybe to get together like a Discord and just have like uh, a meeting place for a lot of these musicians that are flat earthers, truth pathfinders, and whatnot. And you can come together there also.
well,
I
I
mean,
mean,
yes,
like,
it is a controlled option platform, but just another place that we could all meet, whatnot. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to always be on YouTube. There's always a chat
well, no,
going
I'm
on and
talking
whatnot.
about like I'm talking on a more mass. I'm not talking about the artists and stuff. I'm talking about everybody who's like the whole community. You know what I mean?
Oh, word,
Um,
yeah, yeah. Okay, I got you. I'm sorry, I was thinking still music, getting everybody together. But yeah, as far as getting everybody and sticking together, because if they shut down YouTube, you're absolutely right. It's a controlled platform. You now is a controlled platform. Twitch is a controlled platform. They all are. You know what I mean? These social
so
media outlets, Twitter and Facebook and whatnot, they're all controlled, man.
maybe
All of them.
maybe we can all come together to try to create our own little community on like a website
Hmm.
where it's controlled by us. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what I mean? Like
The
Mm-hmm,
because
mm-hmm. I know.
website, the internet is already controlled.
well, yeah, true, true,
You
true.
know what I mean? So
Oh,
anything that they want to do, they want to electromagnetic pulses, EMPs.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. They can do it. We're screwed. But
true, true.
what I do think that we should do is start working on ourselves. Start start. I don't want to sound like a fear monger. I hated when I would listen to leaders and speakers say, start stocking up on water, start getting canned goods because you're gonna need
Hmm.
it for the Y2K.
Right,
You
right.
know what
I
I mean?
remember
But
that. Yep.
but definitely prepare yourself to be comfortable in a place of discomfort. You know what I mean? Like, know how to start a fire. Just play around with it this summer. Just mess around and see if you can start a fire. See if you can
Mhm.
pitch a tent. See if you know how to a pump works. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
all of these things. These aren't things that for the camper. That's what they've made us think. But these are natural things. These are things that men and women.
Mhm.
This is where culture comes from. Agriculture. You know what I mean?
Yes. Uh huh.
Horticulture.
Hmm.
So we need to reconnect with the land again, and with our inner selves, where our real intelligence is. Because we're I don't want to say we can just meditate and all meet up on the astral plane, but what I am saying is that if we all kind of control ourselves and our urges, and we kind of maybe even take a break from YouTube for a bit. I mean, a lot of people are so they're on this hunt for knowledge so much that it's just their whole day is just YouTube video after YouTube video, thinking that they can gain knowledge. But really, what you're doing is just we're just hearing other people speak. The only place that your true intelligence is inside of you, and if you can't connect to your inner thoughts or your inner stillness, if you can't calm your mind, well then maybe that shows on a mass level why this world is at unrest. We can't even rest our own minds.
Yeah, you're right. Because we all have our own inner dialogue going on, and it's about getting that to find center and just to be like chill. I know what you're saying, brother. I know what you mean. It's like clearing your thoughts, sort of. I mean, literally. Um,
Yep.
it's
And it's
basically.
a
Yeah.
lot of people. A lot of just I'll just wrap it up. This thought with this is that
Sure.
when I say you people go vegan, they say, oh well, that's such a big step. But at the same note, they want this whole world to change. They want the money system gone. They want everybody living equally. So they expect this huge change to happen outside and around them. But they can't even take the time or have the discipline to try to understand why they themselves should change their diet and their judgment. And you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right, brother. You're spot on, man. Right on it, brother. I love that. Absolutely. Katz, do you want to ask him any questions before he needs to leave soon? So we gotta wrap this up soon. Anybody
Already
have questions for
an
him?
hour. uh no. I agree with everything he said today. I mean, we all mainly this is what we need to do: unite, give out love, give out peace instead of the opposite. And we need to, like you said, start a new, like a website really for flat earthers or for who wants peace really and love. I mean, without all that, we can't move on. And without the unity, we can't move on. That's the way I see it. And I always say unity is the best thing that we can, hold on to and go forward. Because I'm telling you, without it, we all go different ways and we have different thoughts instead of connecting has one thoughts that we should, that's all I think, unity, love and peace.
Love and peace is you know what fear. They always say the only thing to fear is fear itself, and I don't know if people realize how profound that is. If you if the only thing that you are worried about in life is having fear, then that means that you're going to do anything to come over that and have no fear in anything you do. And if you have no fear in anything you do, you're going to bring love into everything that you do. So, what I like to always say to people, because when I wake a lot of people up, we're older now and they're You know, everything they knew to be was truth was a lie, right? So there's just like kind of like crash for a lot of people. It's like you know, you wake somebody up and they kind of go in a mode of like depression, or like, you know, they shut the world out for like a week or a month. But what I want
Yeah.
to what I want to reassure everybody out there, everybody in the chat that's listening, everybody that's going to listen after that, and everybody in the world really when I meditate, is that th- when you get a cut on your arm, you don't sew your arm back together. You don't glue it back together. You don't, you know, you put a band-aid on it to protect it from the outside elements, but you're not physically doing anything to it to heal it. The body does it on its own. It creates the new blood, the new skin cells, all of that.
Mhm.
If you um, get cancer, you know what I mean? People want to always take something, but really they should be eliminating the foods that they're eating fast, drink a lot of water, and everything like that. You know, do some enemas. That's the same with this earth and the situation that we're dealing with. We are on our way to light and to a higher realm of understanding. And you don't have to stress yourself and to kick yourself whenever you don't live up to your mission of the day, you know, or whenever you don't reach your target, or if you see North Korea's testing weapons, or Trump says we're all going to war, it doesn't matter. It does not matter what they say or what they put out there. We are on our pathward upward to the light and back to the source. And so we merely need to be road signs for people. Okay, we really need to be firm in our own emotions, because there's a lot of people that, you know, look up to us. I mean, everybody out there in the chat and everybody out there listening, we are different kind of people, truth seekers. You know, we don't care what people think, and when when the sheeple out there see that somebody doesn't care what people think, they have a lot of respect for those kind of people. And so when this whole system comes crashing down and everybody says, "Oh my gosh, you were right when you told me about this 2 years ago. Well, what do we do now?" They're gonna be depending on us, and um, we need to not fear where this is going. You know, it's gonna get darker before it gets better, but remember, it's all an illusion, and it's all happening the way it's supposed to happen. Otherwise, it wouldn't be happening.
Yeah, brother.
So yeah. So be confident, because I started off with the fear thing, because the fear of us not making it is actually retarding us or slowing us down from actually making it where we need to be. So we need to enter everything we do with love and confidence.
Mhm.
Yeah, bro. Well said, man. I agree with you 1000%. I'm sure the panel does too, and pretty much everybody listening. You nailed it on the head right there. Absolutely. I I'm lost for words. I don't. What do you say to that, dude? I do concur. I agree with you, bro. All good. All good. Um, you guys have any questions for him?
Mm,
Yeah, if you have
not,
any questions about anything I've said, or you know, if you're interested in anything I do, just yeah, let me know. Fire away.
If anybody in the chat has a question for Masta, maybe James has it, something new you might want to ask him.
Yeah, maybe someone in the
Cats.
chat,
does
maybe somebody
anybody
out
have
there.
a question in chats?
Yeah, I'll take some questions from the chat. If not, it doesn't matter. You know, I'm not like a Bro Sanchez or like you've been exposed. I'm not huge. Not a lot of people know me. I'm just simply a person with another perspective to lend to this whole thing. So
Yeah, and we
yeah,
appreciate your time being here and sharing your thoughts and your experiences that you've gone through. Yeah, man, it's been a great hangout, brother. No doubt, no doubt. But yeah, man, we have to be fearless. That's what we need to be. We need to be fearless in this whole thing. This paradigm wants to instill fear in you and make you feel like you're insignificant and you can't do anything and make a change in this world. But what you're saying, Master, I mean, I'll echo everything you've said, bro. I mean, absolutely. We need to change. We need to come together as a collective, and we need to be positive. And you know, the meditation thing. Get in touch with us and let's figure something out, man. Let's do something there.
yeah.
Definitely interested in
Let's
that.
Oh, okay. Somebody wants
Um,
me to drop a link to my channel.
yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, they some of
Well,
them already subbed you, so you might want to drop a link of YouTube again.
sure. I'll do that right now. It's spelled masterpiece, but there's other people out there with that too. So here, I'm gonna drop the link right now. All right. Um. Okay, you said right before that happened. What was said? You were saying something, Flat Trotter.
I was just saying we need to live fearless, and
Yes.
this paradigm, the infrastructure here is to instill fear, and we need to come together as a collective. And I was basically, I mean, I'm paraphrasing
Oh,
what I said, but yeah, us doing
the
the meditation.
meditation.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Okay. So what I think we could rotate it between the channels, or whatever, or we could sync it, with the channels. I think that what we should first do is figure out a time, and maybe we can do this by you can look at algorithms for when people are most like watching your videos, right? So you can set it at a more convenient time for your audience, and we can anchor it, say, like 12 o'clock on Greenwich time, 12 p.m. Greenwich time, or whatever. And wherever we are in the world, we synchronize it to that. So if we're on the East Coast, we know what it translates to. And we can all be there together at the same time, whether we're on the internet or not. Like, if, say, I'm at work and I know that there's a mass meditation happening in 5 minutes, but I can't be there. But I can meditate on the job and just, take a quick 5 minutes out, and you know what I mean. Maybe we could drop the best way to do it would be to drop the topic of the meditation right in the title, like meditation for peace, meditation for harmony, for truth. That way, I can get the update, or you guys are live harmony. Okay, I can't make it, but while I'm at work, I'm just going to meditate on harmony for the next 5 minutes with you guys, and
Yeah.
that'll add to the collective consciousness.
Yes,
Because,
yes.
like,
It's a
I mean,
yeah.
no, go ahead.
No, I was just like, just we'll just contribute that way. If we can't be there like online, we can definitely just throw it out into the ether, if you will.
Yes,
Right.
throw it out there, because I mean, if we're all, it's really easy to imagine it like this. If everybody on Earth is a musician and we're all playing in a big orchestra, then there's certain times when the maestro, or the conductor, he quiets one section down and he raises one section up. My daughter's here. And then he raises one section up. So maybe he'll say quiet down on the woodwinds and then raise up on the brass section. If
Right.
we mass meditate, then it'll be like, the say we're meditating for peace. All the other thoughts, oh, I'm late, I'm stressed, and all these other instruments of thought that are going off is going to be trumped by the peace section of the orchestra, because we're going to be resonating higher, um, and we will be heard. You know what I mean? The beautiful thing
Right.
about knowing that deep space is a lie is that they said that when you put your intent out, it goes throughout the universe and then it hits the edge of the universe and it comes back. Well, when you're thinking it's like an ever expanding universe, it's like, oh well, is it ever gonna return? But to know
Right.
that we're on a flat plane, and the stars are just above us, and they're receiving our will and our desires right there. um, they they are sending it right back. They're feeding it right back to us, almost instantaneously, and just to know that helps that transition, that speed. So it's a beautiful thing. The Earth is flat. We live on a peaceful, harmonious piece of land,
Hmm.
and soon it won't be long until we all wake up to it, and it's gonna be a beautiful day.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, Master. We could end that on that note, and we would like to continue this conversation another time. We can catch up with you in a couple days or in a week. I know you're a busy guy. You're welcome to join anytime, though, if you'd like. Cats will let you know what's up. Same thing with you, James. You guys are welcome to come by anytime you want when we're here.
Cool,
And
cool. Thank you.
yeah, yeah. So, um, Cats, do you want to shut this? What's your plan? You want to shut this down and then start
Uh,
up another one?
yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start. I'm doing that now so everybody can swing it on the other side.
Okay.
Um, because I don't know what's going on and I want to be on the safe side than being, shut down or whatever. Jamie just got what is it, a snipe? So I want to restart it. And James, you can hop on the other chat if you like. And Peace, what can I say? Thank you for coming, and you're welcome anytime the doors are open. You know, to share any info or anything updates on your channel. Um, we support you too. You're part of
Absolutely.
our family.
Yeah, do we welcome you so much? I mean, it was Denmark suggested you one time, and I was like, I'm a subscriber to him, I believe, and I went to check, and I'm like, yeah, I've been subbing to him, and yeah, man, we want to get everybody that's involved and that's on the truth path, the truth seekers, whatnot, and you're one of the guys, so you have a lot to share, and I'm looking forward to your lunar um, spherical debunking.
Yes, yes, yes. That's gonna be so amazing. I can't wait. But thank you very much for all the nice words. It's touching to me. I'm glad that to see that we're. I'm glad to see that the channels are kind of consolidating. I don't like the separatism and I don't like the kind of exclusivity. So yeah, this is great. We're all coming together, and it's 2018. Let's make it an amazing year, guys.
Yep.
With that, peace and love, and
Mhm.
what I always say is peace, power, and protection on the plane.
Awesome. Thank you, Masta. Much love, brother. Much love. Talk to you soon.
Um,
Okay,
Anybody
much
in
love.
chats? We're gonna restart another stream. I'm gonna shut this one and start a new one. So hang in there. It's just gonna start right away. I just gotta redo this again.
All
So,
right, cats.
James, if you want to stick around, I'll just re-add you again.
Yeah, well, I gotta go get some food. So
Mhm.
we'll put the tent and I'll probably hop right in when I'm done eating.
Okay.
All right, brother. You got it,
Yeah.
man.
We'll
Thank you
just.
guys again.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're welcome. Thanks for coming.
Yep.
We'll see you
Maybe
soon
Sean.
then.
Yeah, maybe Sean G will
All
come
right,
up
man.
on the second part of this hangout, and
Yeah.
we could
Yeah,
just
that'd be
chop it up
dope.
about. We could chop it up about whatever you guys want to talk about. Um, he's
Yeah.
got a lot of stuff he likes talking about. So um, yeah, Sean, if you're there, brother, come through soon. All right, cats, shut this one down, and we'll
Start a
start the other
new
one
one.
soon.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Peace to everybody in the chat. We'll see you soon.